in February this year, I was eventually prescribed antibiotics, and I've been on them ever since.
What is your present situation? I mean, are you in a wheelchair?
No, I need 2 new knees, and but I've postponed that operation because I'm not feeling well enough yet. Because I have no cartilage left in my knees. These Borrelia just love magnesium, and the favourite place for magnesium is knee cartilage. So that's why I have no cartilage left in my knees. So I still suffer from really chronic fatigue. Can hardly do anything from morning till night. If I do an hour or so, if I hoover up in the house, if I do a little bit of housework, if I go out for half an hour or so, I come back to the house and I'm absolutely fatigued for the rest of the day. Can't do anything. Energy is a very rare resource in my daily routines.
And Cyril, this all began because a tick bite in Clipston Forest.
And I never saw it. I never saw what it was that bit me. I only saw the results of it a day or so later.
Cyril, thanks very much for your call.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cyril Mundy was phoning from Rainworth. There is a support group for Lyme's disease, and we'll discuss that in a few moments' time. The website's been set up. How does all that work? I mean, is it a charity?
Yeah, we are a registered charity. It's called BADA UK, BADA-UK, and it's www.badauk.org.
Which is short for
Borreliosis and Associated Diseases Awareness.
Right.
Yeah. Because the organism that causes Lyme disease is called Borrelia, and it's more correctly termed borreliosis because there's so many strains of it. There isn't just Lyme disease. We give lots of information. It's mainly about education. There's currently no vaccine against Lyme disease, and the only defence is education, really, and awareness, and people making sure that they know about the diseases, their presence, about ticks, and about how ticks attach, what they can do to prevent it, and what to do if they are bitten. And that's what BADA UK is about, education and working with different at-risk communities as well, because people who are out working outdoors, people who have outdoor pursuits, pet owners, all these people are at risk and should be aware. They shouldn't be afraid. They shouldn't be afraid to go out because, you know, being out and about is one of the ways of keeping yourself healthy, exercise and good mental health. So it's about education, and that's what BADA UK is about.
Right. Well, your dad's come here to offer support, and he's been very, very quiet in the background because Wendy's been doing all the talking. I mean, what are your feelings on all this, Keith?
Well, I agree 100% about the vital importance of education. There's a huge ignorance about ticks and about what they can do. We want to get to the situation that they're in Switzerland, where the population is tick literate, you might say. They are aware of ticks, they know how to protect themselves, they know what to do if they get a tick bite. But people are so firmly convinced that it doesn't happen in this country. Or if it does, it's very, very rare and it won't happen to them. That's the general attitude. And we want to reverse that situation, and it can only be done at a step at a time. Initially with groups that are particularly at risk, BADA has sent out thousands of leaflets to walkers, horse riders, dog walkers, campers, to try to spread the knowledge. But most effectively, if we can get a local group set up who will eventually become a branch of BADA UK, that will help most of all, because people don't live nationally, they live locally, and if help is at hand locally, they will take more notice and be readier to listen.
How do you feel about Wendy? You're proud of her now?
Very proud. She's made a tremendous achievement within a very short space of time.
Wendy, I've got to ask you about the future. First of all, your son, how old is he now?
He's 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
And still okay?
He's doing okay. It's a case of keeping him healthy, really, and making sure he looks after himself. He's just about to start college, so as a mother, it's a worrying time because he's under stresses and strains, but he's doing okay at the moment, and we hope that it's going to stay that way.
And as a granddad, it's a worrying time as well, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Keeping an eye out as well, are you?
Yes.
What about the future for you, Wendy?
That's very difficult to say because I'm at a point now where my specialists don't think I can ever come off treatment because I had some very aggressive treatment last year for 9 months. I had a line fitted into my heart, and I had very aggressive intravenous antibiotics, and I made good progress. But when the treatment stopped, within 6 weeks I was back in hospital with the swelling in my brain, which actually took all the sight from my left eye and left me with just 15% of sight in my right eye. So I had to get back on treatment again, and I'm still on treatment now, and it's unlikely that I'll ever be able to come off treatment. But the problem is that I don't know what the disease is going to do next, because I seem to get on an even keel and suddenly it'll come and thump me with something else. But I'm putting all my concentration basically into raising awareness, because I don't want anybody to ever suffer in the way that I have, and my family as well, because it doesn't just affect the person who's suffering from it, because it affects the whole family. They feel helpless to watch what happens to that person. And as I say, there are so many people out there that are housebound, bedbound, been told they have chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, and they could be getting help. And BARD UK is about educating and making sure that people get the help that they need, and making sure that they don't get sick in the first place.
We'll make sure there's a link onto our website so
Thank you
people can
very
find it
much.
easily. Wendy, thanks for coming in and being so brilliant.
Thank you.
You've done really well. You
Thank
really
you.
have. I don't mean that sound patronising. I mean, you've been very brave coming in, hasn't she, Keith?
Yes, we are very proud of her.
Thanks for coming in. Wendy, Fox, Keith, thank you.
Thank you.